Welcome on the growth series. Today is my first week of actually being in a growth phase. So I will just give you some data from this week and talk to you a bit about my experience and stuff like that. So it first started on Monday, and Monday I just wanted to have fun and enjoy some food because it was for 26 weeks I didn't have any junk food or any fun food, I would say. So I was really craving some sushi and some donuts and stuff like that. So I was like, I will just take one day to enjoy some food and not really care about food quality and stuff, just enjoying it and having this ability to just eat whatever I want for one day before just going on a meal plan and beginning, I would say, at 100% the growth phase. So on Monday I had a lot of food, and I counted everything just to have an idea on the quantity I've eaten in one day, and it's a lot, but I knew it for sure. So I had a lot of food. It started with just my basic cottage cheese and strawberry, because I love this meal and I'm eating it all the time. And then I just ate some bread with zakuska, which is kind of like a mix of veggies, like a ratatouille or something, and some pork meat, which it was minced with green beans, so nothing crazy. And I was craving it. That's it. So I just ate that. And then I ate some donuts, and later for the next meal, I ate sushi, donuts, papanash, and I think that's it. But still a lot of food, and especially a lot of fats. So I have data for this day. So I ate 6,600 calories, so 257 grams of proteins, 770 grams of carbs, and 265 grams of fats, which was expected because donuts, sushi, it's very high in fats. So for sure it was going to be high. So this was my Monday. I just wanted to enjoy one day and then go back on track the next day. So I did that. It was fun. I enjoyed the food I ate. So it was a good day. And I was expecting to gain 2 kilos or something of water retention and the weight of the food, in my intestines, and also glycogen and stuff. So I was expecting weighing way more the day after. And in fact, I was up only 250 grams, which is nothing, because on Monday morning I woke up at 65 kilograms, and then on Tuesday morning 65.25. So I was a bit what the heck? I was not expecting that at all. But it's a good news. I preferred not to gain 2 kilos in one day, even if a lot of it is water retention and stuff. So I was pretty happy about it, and surprised for sure. And then I started on Tuesday on my meal plan. So why a meal plan? Because before I was just doing flexible dieting, and for this growth phase, I want to be on a meal plan just to have a good structure and ensure that I have very good food quality, and also just not allowing myself to binge or be in a surplus. Because in the past, after a cut or after a show, a prep, I really struggled with staying on plan and not being in a surplus. So I was overeating, I was binging and stuff, and I really struggled with it after my prep, and after a cut in general. Usually I tend to really overeat once I'm done with the cut. So this time I was like, no way, I don't want to gain fat too fast, because next I want to grow, and the phase after my growth phase is going to be a prep. So I want to start my prep with a good body composition. So I didn't want to let that slip at all. And I was like, this time I will try a different approach. Usually I was just going on calories and macros with flexible dieting after a cut, and I was trying to reverse a bit like slowly, but this time I've been a bit more assertive with my calorie increase, just because I wanted to feel like I'm not in a deficit anymore, to feel that I'm not hungry anymore. I'm out of the deficit phase, and I've been a bit more assertive. So I went from 2,000 calories to 2,630 calories. So it's quite a big jump. It's like 630 calories at once. But I knew it would be a good thing for me because it's enough food, so I feel like full and not hungry, and also feeling like I can eat 4 meals and 4 good meals with a good volume, and which can fill me up. So in my opinion, it was the best approach to avoid any kind of overeating or not being able to stay on track and on plan. So I've done that, and a meal plan gives me that structure. So I know like what I'm going to eat for meal 1, for meal 2, for meal 3, and for meal 4. It's like the same every single day, and I am not going to include junk food or food which is very like processed. For example, I don't know, like chocolates, cookies, stuff like that, like chips or any kind of things like which are very processed. Because with flexible dieting, you can basically eat whatever you want. So of course, I had a good structure still and good quality of diet, but post-show or post-cut, I was very tempted to add some chocolate or to add some cereals or to add some cookies and stuff like that. And I was including a bit too much of it, and I feel it pushed me to eat even more and then be in a surplus and not being able to stick to my calories and macros anymore. And it was like a vicious circle, because I could eat 1 chocolate, so I wanted to eat 2 and 3 and 4, and it was pretty hard to handle. So this time I was like, I don't want to allow myself any kind of flexibility on like food quality and food composition. So I've decided to go for a meal plan and try this out. I was like, I can just try it out and see how it goes for me, and if it fits me and if it works for me. And you know what? It has been 1 week and I've stick to my diet 100%. No sleep from it, like perfect. Seriously, I feel great. I'm not craving anything. I'm not craving donuts. I'm not craving sushi. I'm not craving any kind of junk food or stuff like that. Not at all. Which is, it's great. Like it feels amazing not to crave this kind of stuff. And my meals are like big enough. They provide satiety. I'm not feeling hungry at all. I have pretty good energy. So it has been working super well. And also my meal plan has been done in a way that I love what I'm eating. I love my food. I love my meals. And it's still very healthy, very like nutritionally dense, nutrients, micronutrients, like everything is on point. A lot of veggies, a lot of fruits, good quality stuff. So it works amazingly. And like trying a meal plan plus being pretty high in calories and macros from the start of the growth phase, really, I think this combo really helped me not to binge, not to be off track, and not to like crave anything. And I think it was one of the best decisions I've made so far, and found something which is really working for me. Because I had fun on Monday, I enjoyed some good food and stuff, but from then, I'm not craving anything and I'm just satisfied with my diet. So it feels great. And I'm going to stick with that for a while, I guess, because I think it's a bit more optimal, because I'm more careful about timing of the meals. I'm more careful about like not having any kind of very like processed food. So it's only low or unprocessed food, which like increase a lot the quality of my diet. So I feel like a meal plan can really work for me and help me to gain as much muscle as possible during this growth phase and optimize everything, especially on the timing point of view, because usually with flexible dieting, I was not really careful about timing. Yeah, I was trying to eat meals like every 4 hours, like I would say 4 or 5 hours, but sometimes like my meals were closer to each other, or like I don't know, 6 hours apart, for example, depending on what I had this day. So I was less careful about meal timing, so I will be more careful about it this time with a meal plan on, and also about protein distribution. Because with flexible dieting, usually I had only 3 meals a day, and with my meal plan, I'm aiming for 4 meals, and later on with higher calories, I will go for 5 meals a day. So I'll be able to optimize everything, like protein distribution, meal timing. So for performance, recovery, health, everything, it should be better and it should be optimized, especially because like the quality will be higher, because I won't try to include any kind of junk food or very processed food. And also, like, yeah, timing can play a big role into like protein synthesis, and also for performances recovery around training, and having kind of stable levels of energy during the day. So for now, it has been 1 week, but it has been like a very good week for me. I haven't binged at all. I'm on track, and yeah, it feels good. I'm very happy about that, because I was a bit scared of just doing what I used to do and binging and stuff like that, and it has not been the case. And I don't want to binge. I don't want to eat junk, and yeah, it works super well. So we'll see how it goes in the next few weeks, but for sure, for now, I'm going to stick to a meal plan. And as I said, I've done my meal plan according to my taste and what I love to eat. So it's really a pleasure to eat my meals. I really enjoy my meals. Each meal is a pleasure to eat. So yeah, it's really working. So that's it for my diet. So yeah, I didn't tell you. So for my overall calories for the day, it's like 2,630, 163 grams of proteins, 418 grams of carbs, and 28 grams of fats. So low fats, because it works for me. It works super well for me to be low fat, and also it enables me to have to have more carbs. So yeah, it works super well this way, having more carbs in for the satiety, taste, and also performance and recovery. So yeah, this is it for my calories and macros, and the details of the meal plan, you've seen it before. So you've seen how I arrange my meals and the food I'm eating for every single meal, and also calories and macros for every single meal. So you've seen that before. So now let's chat a bit about my body weight this week. So the average over the week is 65.6, and it was 65.1 for the last week of my cut. So it's only 500 grams more, which is not a lot, and I'm very happy about that, because my body is responding super well to the calorie increase. My body is using the energy I gave this week to fuel training, to fuel like everything I'm doing during the day. So it's working well. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about my body weight, because it's not a lot higher. It's only 500 grams, even though I jumped like 630 calories at once. So yeah, it's a very good response from my body, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, plus 500 grams, and for the measurements, plus 1 centimeter on my chest, plus 1 around my waist, plus 1 around my hips, and plus 0.5 around my thighs. So it increases a bit, for sure it's normal, and also visually I have less definition, for sure. So I have some fat, a bit more fat than last week, which is absolutely normal, because I'm eating more, I'm not in a deficit anymore, so for sure my body stored a bit of fat. with the calorie increase and my crazy 6,600 calories a day. But I'm not mad at it. I don't really care. Like, I still have some definition. Like, look at my shoulder, you can see some striations. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I still have veins, I still have abs, I still have definition on my legs. So it's just not at the same level as it was, because before I was like really shredded and like my skin was like paper, you know, very thin. And now it's not as thin, and I have some fat, which is okay. Like, it's a growth phase. What I want is just to keep my body fat under control and stay leanish, I would say. And it's absolutely the case now. I'm still pretty lean. I still have good definition overall, so it's going super well. It's exactly what I want from this first week. I'm exactly at the spot I want to be, so everything is going extremely well, and I'm very happy about that and relieved, because I was a bit anxious about this first week and the first weeks, I would say, after a cut, and this time around it goes super well. So that's it about body composition. I will film and take pictures later. Like, I don't think you can see a lot of changes for only 1 week, so I will just show my physique maybe every 2 weeks. So we'll see. For the next growth series episode, you'll see some videos of my physique. But yeah, just a bit of weight, so 500 grams more, and my measurements increased a bit, especially on my belly, which is absolutely normal because my belly is a place where I store fat super fast and I lose fat super fast. So as soon as I gain fat, it's on my belly. Yay! So that's it for body composition training. It has been okay. Performances start to increase a bit at the end of this week. So training felt better, like the last 3 days. But at the beginning of the week, it was not feeling great. Like I felt still very exhausted, and it felt like still very hard. But now it starts to feel better, which is cool. So we'll see how it goes. I still have 2 more weeks ahead, and we'll see how it goes for training and performances. So for my supplements, I just stopped yohimbine, of course, because I don't need it anymore, and I decreased clenbuterol from 120 micrograms to 80 micrograms. So I decreased a lot clenbuterol, and that's it. Like, thyroid is still on, because like, you cannot stop thyroid just after a deficit. You need to wait a bit to give a chance to your thyroid to recover. So I will cut it off after 4 or 5 weeks and just let my thyroid recover by itself later on. So thyroid is going to stay for 4 more weeks, and clenbuterol is going to be slowly tapered down. And telmisartan stays all the way, GH also the same, no change, and still on TRT. So that's it for supplements. I'm still taking, of course, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D3, omega-3, melatonin, creatine. So yeah, it's still on, of course. Steps, I've decided to stay at 15,000 steps, which is a lot for me. Like, I really have to be careful about my steps and force myself to do more steps. So, like, for example, after that, I'm going for a walk because I have a lot of steps to do. But yeah, it's just like I keep my expenditure high, so I'm able to eat more food. And then later on, I will decrease a bit my activity. So I'm just like modulating things this way so I can eat as much as possible, I would say. Still, of course, keeping my body composition on point. So for that, I have to keep my activity low, because if I lower my activity and increase a lot of my food, like, it will be a lot of calories total in a surplus from where I was. So I do things like gradually. And first, the thing I want to increase is food. So I increased food a lot and kept steps the same. so still at 15,000 steps, and the next week I will stay at 15,000 steps, and then I think I will decrease my steps to 12,000, which is something which is manageable for me. So that's it for steps. And my sleep this week has been amazing because I don't have classes anymore, so I can sleep as much as I want. And I was feeling so tired, and my body just like I could sleep a ton, which is great because before I was sleeping like 6-7 hours, and this week my mean is like 8 hours and a half. But most nights I'm like 9 hours, 8 hours and a half of sleep, 10 hours. So I felt that my body really needed to recover, and like really being able to sleep, it feels great. Like my body really needed to sleep. So I was able to recover that this week. I still feel tired, but it will get better and better being able to sleep and really like fully recover. So what am I going to do next? Well, this week is a special week because I have my graduation on Friday. So on Friday is graduation day, and my parents and grandparents are coming for 4 days. So they are coming on Thursday and leave on Sunday. So for 4 days, they're going to be with me, and it's pretty tricky with my family. Like they don't understand my bodybuilding things, and they don't accept my lifestyle as it is. So it's always tricky, I would say, with food and stuff like that. So I will stay on my meal plan as much as I can. So of course for these first 3 days I will be on my meal plan, and then when they are going to come, I think we'll have several meals out at the restaurant, and I will just like do flexible dieting. So I will count my calories and macros, and I will just like eat and do like good food selection. So eat like, I don't know, chicken and veggies, or very simple and low calories option at the restaurant. So yeah, it will be a bit messy with diet when they're going to be here, because they're going to want to eat out and stuff like that. So it will be harder to handle, but I will just switch to flexible dieting and make things fit into my diet. So this week, no change. I will keep my food like that at 2,630 calories. So I keep food and diet the same macros, same calories, because it has been only 1 week at this level, and I just want to see another week and see how my body composition is evolving. And especially because the first week I had this huge calorie day. So I want to see how it goes, like just being on track with my food, my calories for like 2 weeks, see how my body is, like if I'm gaining weight or if I'm maintaining, see how it goes. And also, as I said, especially because for 4 days my family is coming, I know it will be messy, so I don't want to fuck things up and eat too much or stuff like that. Like I don't want to increase my diet now. I want to increase it a bit later when my situation is going to be stable, I would say. So this time around I prefer to stay at 2,630 and be on the lower side, I would say, of calories than in a surplus. So I prefer to undereat and like eat less than eat more and gain fat. So yeah, it's how I'm going to do things this week. So no change in my diet, no change in my steps. I stay at 15,000 steps a day, and I will try to manage my workout as much as I can. Like it will be harder for sure, but I will just try to find some time to work out. I will do one workout once, like while I'm going to be here, and the rest of them I can spread them in other days, so it should be fine. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. No change in diet this week, and yeah, it will be an interesting week, knowing that my family is coming, but I don't want to eat any junk. I'm not craving anything. So even if we go to the restaurant, I'm not going to choose like burgers or pizzas or things like that. I'm just going to eat very simple food and low calorie food. So I'm sure I'm staying on track, and I will count all my calories and macros. and we'll see how it goes. But I don't want to fuck things up. I'm very focused on my goal, and I know what it takes to reach my goal. And also, as I said, I'm not craving anything, so I'm not even tempted to eat anything else. So it should be fine. But I'm still on the caution side, and I still want to stay at 2,600 for this week. So we'll see how it goes. Let's hope this week is going to be as good as the past week.